guys, welcome back to our channel. In this video, we are going to see how to analyze sentiments of tweets from Twitter using Python in real time. I have also published a video on natural language processing in which I have given a definition of NLP and also demonstrated how to open a web page from Python and also pull the text from the web page, split the text into tokens and remove all the stop words and finally plotting the word frequency. If you have missed that video, click on the above link to watch it. I have also published a lot of data science videos, including introduction to data science and Elasticsearch architecture and data visualization and introduction to Neo4j and integrating Neo4j and Java. If you have missed any of this video, click on the above link to watch it. Okay, what is sentiment analysis? Sentiment analysis is a process of determining whether a text is positive, negative, or neutral. This sentiment analysis is mainly used in e-commerce industries to understand whether a customer is happy about their product or not satisfied about their product. To do sentiment analysis, we need a Twitter developer account. Once the developer account is created, we can develop as many apps as we want. So for each and every app, 4 codes are generated. The first thing is API key secret, access token, and access token secret. So these are the 4 codes that are needed to access the real-time tweets from Twitter. In this, I have used 2 main Python libraries. The first thing is Tweepy, which is used to access Twitter API. The second thing is TextBLOB, which is used to process the text and also analyze sentiments out of it. So in this, I have used the TextBLOB. TextBLOB API can be used to retrieve polarity and subjectivity. So this polarity and subjectivity is the most common terminologies that is used in sentiment analysis. Polarity is nothing but the emotions expressed in a particular statement. For example, if a person tweeting is feeling sad or happy or angry, so this can be expressed in a textual information. So the polarity number ranges from -1 to +1. -1 indicates that that is a negative statement, whereas 0 represents that's a neutral statement and 1 represents that is a positive statement. Subjectivity is nothing but the expressions about one's own feelings, beliefs, or opinions. Similar to polarity, subjectivity's number also ranges from -1 to +1. If I'm telling our channel Science and Science Only is very creative, so this has a subjectivity of 0.75, which means that this is my personal opinion and it is not a factual information. For this demonstration, I'm going to use Kamala Harris' Twitter account to see whether her tweets are mostly positive, negative, or neutral. And also for all this demonstration, I'm going to put the link. For this tutorial, I'm going to use Python 3 and Jupyter Notebook, and I will explain how to install the 2 main libraries, which I have already mentioned, which is Tweepy and TextBLOB, and also how to create a developer account in Twitter to have these access key tokens to retrieve tweets from Twitter. Let's get started. I'm going to install Tweepy library. So pip install Tweepy to access the Twitter API. So since I have Tweepy already, it says requirement already satisfied. So I'm going to install pip install. The next library is TextBLOB. Since I have TextBLOB library, it says requirement already satisfied. So this is how you install the 2 main libraries. So to create a Twitter developer account, you need to go to this URL developer.twitter.com/en. So once you go to this website, you can see this apply. Once you click on this apply, you can apply for a developer account. So this needs a Twitter account as well. So once you have logged into your Twitter account, you can able to apply for a developer account as well. Once the Twitter has agreed for your developer account, you can able to log into your developer account and create as many apps as you want, and also you can generate the keys as needed. I will explain how these keys are generated. Since I have the developer account already, I'm going to sign into my account. So this is my developer account. So as you can see, I have created an app, sentiment analysis DS100. So in this I have already generated the keys and tokens. So this is where so if you want, or if you forgot the API key secret or key and the secret, you can able to regenerate. And also if you have forgotten this access token and secret, you can always regenerate these tokens. So this will be this API key and API secret and access key token, access token and the access token secret. So these are the 4 codes that are necessary to retrieve tweets from Twitter, and these codes will be displayed only once, so it will not be displayed again. So once it is displayed, you need to remember or copy this information. So if you have forgotten any of this information, you can always regenerate these tokens. New Excel sheet. So create this 4 columns, which is Twitter API key. And the second one is Twitter API secret, and the next one is Twitter API access token, and the next column is Twitter API access token secret. So these are the 4 codes that we have generated before. So these are the main 4 codes that is needed to 4 codes that are needed to access the tweets from Twitter. So you need to copy paste all the codes that you have copied from the Twitter developer account. So once you have copy pasted this one, you can save this as a comma separated file. I'm going to save this as config.csv file. Jupyter notebook. It runs on my localhost 8888 port number. I'm going to create a notebook. So first we are going to import the 2 main libraries which I have explained, which is import Tweepy library to access the Twitter API, and also the TextBLOB. So after this we need 2 libraries. First is for creating the data frames, which is pandas library, and also the another common library, which is numpy. We also need to remove the stop words, so we need a regular expression library, which is import RE. And also after removing stop words, we finally need to plot, so obviously we need a Matplotlib library. So you can run this one. So after this we need to import the configuration, for example config. So this is where the Twitter access tokens are available, which is I'm going to input all the access tokens inside a CSV file, which is config.csv file. So after this we can create another cell to retrieve all the individual keys. For example, first we need to access the Twitter API key. So we are getting the Twitter API key from here. Sorry. and Twitter API secret. Twitter API access token. And Twitter API access token secret. Okay, so now we have copied these 4 codes into 4 variables: Twitter API key, Twitter API secret, Twitter API access token, Twitter API access token secret. So we can able to run this one. So we need to run this and finally this. So after this one, for this you need to authenticate your token with the Tweepy library. So with the auth handler, and we need to pass all the information, which is Twitter API key and Twitter API secret, and so after this one authentication, we need to set our access token. In which we need to pass the 2 main information, which is Twitter API access token and Twitter API access token secret. So after setting the access token, you can authenticate using Tweepy API. So this is assigned to a variable. Use the Tweepy API. True. So this is a library that we are using it, and we are calling the API function in which we are passing the authentication and the tokens assigned. So after accessing the token, we are going to access Kamala Harris tweet. Kamala Harris. So usually the Twitter account will be preceded by the name, but we are going to ignore this @ symbol. We don't need this @ symbol. We just need Kamala Harris Twitter account. So once this is assigned, Twitter account is assigned, then we can able to do this tweets. So in which we are using the Tweepy library and also cursor method. The main thing we need to note is the screen name is the Twitter account, which is Kamala Harris, and also we are going to exclude all the replies and retrieve only the 50 items, 50 tweets of Kamala Harris. So after this one, now all her 50 recent tweets are retrieved using the Tweepy and then assigned to the tweets variable. Now we are going to create a data frame. So to create a data frame with the tweets, we need to use the pandas library and also data frame. So what is the data that we are going to use? We are going to use the tweets text for all the tweets in the tweets. So for all the tweets, for all the 50 tweets that we have retrieved, it is assigned to a data frame, and after this the columns are named as tweet. Okay, so this has taken all the 50 tweets and formed that into a data frame. So now all the tweets are in the form of data frame. We are just going to use a head function to display the first five tweets, and now as you can see, there are a lot of stoppers here, and also we need to remove all the mentions and also the retweets. We don't want retweets, just the tweets of Kamala Harris. So for this I'm going to write a function. Cleanup tweet. The first thing is I'm going to remove all the mentions using the regular expression. So as you know, we have already imported this regular expression library. We are going to use that. The cleanup function, I have removed all the mentions of the regular expression of this type, and removed all the hashtags, retweets, and also the URLs. So all these are removed using this cleanup tweet. So we need to apply this function to all the tweets by calling that function. Now what I'm going to do is apply the function to all the tweets. So this is our data frame column, and what I'm going to do is all these for all these tweets I'm going to apply cleanup tweet. So this has cleaned up all the tweets. It has removed all the mentions, hashtags, retweets, and also URLs. Now I'm going to use the TextBLOB API to get the subjectivity and polarity of these tweets. For this I defined two functions. The one is get text subjectivity, going to use the TextBLOB and pass the text and also get the sentiment subjectivity. Similarly, I'm going to create another function which is to get the text polarity. So this is the subjectivity, which is the expression of one's own beliefs, feelings, or opinions, whereas polarity represents the emotions in a particular text. So after this one, we are going to apply these two functions, which is subjectivity and also polarity, for each and every tweets to get the subjectivity and polarity respectively. So first thing is I'm going to create another column which is in the data frame, which is subjectivity, and pass all the tweets and apply this function. And I'm going to create another column for the polarity. Okay, now we are going to run this one, text subjectivity, and also text polarity. And after this we have applied to all the tweets and now created a separate column in the data frame, each one for subjectivity and one for polarity. So after this let's see the data frame. So this has created so this is a tweet that we have retried. We have removed all the unwanted words like retweets and URLs, and in the subjectivity we have received the subjectivity value of each and every tweets and also polarity value. This is the column that we have generated, subjectivity and polarity. So as you can see, both subjectivity and polarity ranges between 1 and -1. So after this one, we are going to drop all the columns which has null tweets, for example, without any value. So I'm going to all the data frame columns. Tweet column. It has nothing. We are going to remove all this one. Sorry. And after removing this, we can actually see what's happening inside the data frame. So there's nothing much as removed. It remains the same. It doesn't have any blank tweets. And you're going to get the text analysis. So as you already know, if the polarity value is less than 0, then that is a negative sentiment. Equal to 0 is neutral sentiment, and greater than 0 is positive sentiment. I'm going to define a function for this, get text analysis. If the polarity is less than 0, then we are going to return that it is a negative tweet. Else if the polarity is equal to 0, we are going to return that as a neutral tweet. Else we are going to return it as a positive tweet. So we can run this one, and we need to apply to the polarity value. So we can create another column, score, polarity. So we need to pass this polarity to this function, which is get text analysis. So we are going to apply that function. Get text analysis, and once it is applied, so based on this polarity value, it will retrieve negative or neutral or positive based on the polarity value, and then store it into a data frame, the column value, sorry, the column name is score. So it has created another column in the data frame. Let's run this one. So it is analysis. So that's done, and now we are going to see the data frame. We have created based on this polarity. For example, this is negative, that's why it has written a negative polarity. So this is a positive value, it has written positive value, and if it is 0 0, so it is a neutral statement, neutral sentiment. And that's it. And then if you want to calculate the positive percentage, we can calculate using the data frame that we already have, df of score so if the score is having this positive value, it is stored it in positive variable, and we are going to print so we are going to count how many positive tweets we have, and also divided by the total number of tweets. So after calculating this, to calculate percentage, this is the percentage of positive tweets. So we also need this to plot the pie chart. By the total value. This have 54% of positive tweets. Similarly, we can do that for negative as well as neutral. This should be a negative value, and also we are going to take the so these are the percentage of negative tweets. There are 10% of negative tweets, and similarly we can do that for neutral as well. Store that in a neutral variable. It should be a neutral column value, and also this is neutral. Store that in negative, and neutral, give a different variable, neutral one. So this has Kamala Harris first 50 tweets, in which 54% are positive tweets and 10% are negative tweets and 36% are neutral tweets. So we can also plot that in a pie chart. Let's plot using explode. So I'm going to give labels, which is positive, negative and neutral labels. And also we need to give the sizes. so these are the variables that we have created, which is positive, which stores the percentage of positive tweets. This variable holds the percentage of negative tweets, and this one holds the percentage of neutral tweets. So positive, neg, and also neutral. So after the sizes are set, we can give different colors for our different files. First thing is I'm going to give yellow, green, and light purple and gold. So the sizes and negative is defined, and we can plot the pie using the Matplotlib, which is the Matplotlib PLT library. And let's see, sizes, explore, and also we can give the colors. And also percentage 1.1F. We're going to give a start angle is 120, and also we can call the legend function to have labels and where the labels are located. Minus 0.05. These are advanced plotting functions, and you can use axis as equal, and you can also plot and save the figure using save fig library and give some names to your figure: sentiment, analysis.png. Sorry, sizes. Yeah, that's it. So this one is a pie chart which has 54% positive and 10% negative and 36% neutral. So after this, you can also plot polarity versus subjectivity. So in this, you can create labels variable and use the group by to group all the score. You can count the scores and also you can make a group by for score sizes. New size, get the values of it, and use the plot Matplotlib library to create a bar chart with the labels and the values. Sorry. So this is a bar chart which has negative, neutral, and positive sentiments to see how many negatives we have, how many neutral, and how many positive sentiments. So this size will refer to how many categories we have, which is positive, negative, and neutral, which is 3 categories, whereas this count refers to how many numbers in each particular category, how many counts or the sum of all the tweets in each particular category. So now we can also plot the polarity and the subjectivity. For this we need a for loop, and also we need to have iterate through the index and the rows in the data frame. You can use iterate rows function. So after this, if the row of score equal to positive, then we are using a scatter plot to give the polarity plus row polarity and subjectivity. And the color for this, if it is positive, then we are giving a green color. Similarly, if it is negative, if the score is negative, plot the scatter plot and give the color as red. And similarly for so if the row score is neutral, then plot the scatter plot as blue. Sorry, polarity. I missed the double quotes for subjectivity and polarity. Okay, so that's it. So this is how we can plot, and also we can able to give the plot title if you want. Plot title, I'm going to say this as Twitter sentiment analysis. Don't forget the double quotes. And also you can give X label for your plot, which is polarity. Similarly, you can give Y label, which is subjectivity. And also you can show the plot. That's it. So it has created a X label polarity and Y label subjectivity, and also the plot title, which is a Twitter sentiment analysis. And all the polarity which are positive are displayed in green, and all the polarity which are negative are displayed in red, and the neutral polarity or polarity tweets are displayed in blue. So this is how you can able to access the Twitter account and also give an authentication. So let's see one by one. So these are the imports that we have used, and this is a configuration file which has taken the Twitter API secret, access token and access token secret, and all these are authenticated using the Tweepy library to access our Twitter API. And the Twitter account that we have used is Kamala Harris, and we used it to Tweepy. and created a data frame for all the tweets and have displayed only the first 5 rows. And finally we cleaned up all the tweets, and cleanup tweet function is applied to all the tweets, and we have retrieved the subjectivity using the TextBLOB API, TextBLOB library, and also polarity using the TextBLOB library. Sorry, the text subjectivity function is applied for all the tweets, as well as get text polarity is applied to all the tweets, and we have displayed all the 50 rows, and we have removed all the null tweets and displayed all the 50 rows. And we have created another function definition, which is get analysis. If the polarity is less than 0, then it is negative. If it is equal to 0, it is neutral, and if it is greater than 0, then it is positive. So all these are analyzed and stored that in a separate column called score in the data frame. So this is the separate column that we have created, the score. And after this we have created or calculated the percentage of positive tweets, negative tweets, and neutral tweets, and displayed all these things using the plot library, explored pie chart, sentiment analysis.png. So this is the pie chart that we have created with all the percentage values of positive, negative, and neutral tweets, and saved that in a figure separate file. And after this we have also created a bar chart with all the size, which is negative, neutral, and positive, and the count values, how many negative, how many neutral, and how many positive tweets that Kamala Harris has tweeted. And also we have created a scatter plot for this using plotting against the polarity against the subjectivity, using different colors for positive, negative, and neutral sentiments, green for positivity, and red for negative, and blue for neutral. So as you can see, this is how we can plot the scatter plot with x-axis and y-axis, x labeling and y labeling, and as well as with the title. I hope you have liked this tutorial of natural language processing, particularly sentiment analysis, to analyze the tweets from Twitter in real time using Python. And if you have liked our video, please give a thumbs up. If you have any doubts, please write it in the comment section, and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel for our future videos. Thank you.